Hi, welcome to today's lesson. Um, this is 325, multiple atoms. And prior to this lesson, you should have checked or copied down example 3 and 4 from yesterday into your notes. What I mean by multiple atoms is we'll take the compound barium chloride. Everything that we've done previously, we have had a ratio of 1 to 1. There's been no other subscript other than 1. So for this one, we have BaCl2. It really doesn't change how you do the problem. Step 1 was to draw the Lewis dot diagrams. So I have barium, find barium on the periodic table, and you'll see that barium has 2 valence electrons. Next, we have chlorine. And here's where the change happens, is barium had a subscript of 1, so I only drew it once. Chlorine has a subscript of 2, so I'm going to draw 2 chlorines because the subscript was 2. Now I still look at the periodic table for my valence electrons. Chlorine is in group 17, so I draw 7. And the only difference is now I have 2 chlorine atoms to deal with. Step 2 is to show the transfer. So barium is going to transfer 1 here, and barium is going to transfer 1 here. Okay? So the cation, or the first one written, donates, and the second accepts. Step 3, I show my yield arrow. Step 4, I draw my ion. So I have barium with no dots, and it has a charge of 2+ because it got rid of 2. Now, since I drew 2 chlorines on the left side, I still have to draw 2 chlorines on the right side. Now they are happy because they have 8 valence electrons. And remember, you can pause these videos at any time to keep up. All right, and what happened? They each gained 1, so their charge is 1-. So when you're dealing with these multiple atoms, it doesn't change how you do the problem. You just draw more of something. Okay, let's try it with the subscript on the cation. It's a good time to go over some vocab words. Which is the cation? Is the cation barium, or is the cation chlorine? The cation has a positive charge, so the cation is here. Anions are negative, so these are your anions. All right, example 2. Let me erase this. This is from a previous problem. All right, in example 2, let's do K2O, potassium oxide. So for potassium oxide, the formula is K2O. So the 2 indicates that we have how many potassiums? 2. So how many times are you going to draw K? Twice. Okay, find potassium on the periodic table. It's in group 1. So therefore, I draw 1 valence electron. The subscript for oxygen is 1. So I'm only going to draw oxygen once. Oxygen is in group 16, so therefore it has 6 valence electrons. All right. Now, what happens is we still do step 2, and we still show the transfer. So I'm going to show potassium transferring 1 here, and I'm going to show potassium transferring 1 there. A lot of these problems are kind of just like putting a puzzle together. the second one, your anion, is always going to need 8. And your first things, your cations, are always going to want to get rid of their valence electrons. And you kind of just have to fill in the spaces and make sure that they have that many. All right. So step 3 is I draw my yield arrow. Step 4, I draw my ions. How many potassiums should I draw? I should draw 2 because I have 2 on the other side, and the subscript is 2. My ions go in brackets. And they each have a charge of 1 plus because they each lost 1. How many oxygens am I going to draw? 1. I'm going to put 8 dots. I got 1 from each potassium. So how many total did it get? It got a total of 2. What do you notice about the charges? I have 2 positives and a negative 2. The charges of an ionic compound should always add to 0. Ionic compounds are always electrically neutral. All right, I'm going to give you guys 2 more to try on your own. I'm going to give you what I consider to be an easy one, and then for those of you that want to challenge yourselves, I'll give you a more difficult one. So here's the one I would consider easy. Let's see here. I'll give you 2 easies. Let's do lithium sulfide. And let's do magnesium bromide. Okay, so, sorry, that's example 4. Thanks for keeping up with all of the work and your attendance that you're supposed to be posting on your tracker sheet, the slides. Your attendance for today is you're going to take a picture of your 324 and 325 notes and post them on your slide for Wednesday. This is just a way for me to make sure that you're keeping up with all the work. So thank you, and if you have any questions, you can email me directly, or you can post them as a comment under the video. Thanks.